to the middle of Times Square because that's where the overnight shelter I go to is. So those types of shelters, you're not allowed to sleep like flat on like the floor or on a mattress. So we can only sleep on fold-out chairs. You don't really think about how like bad it seems or it looks because that's like your only option. This is better than me being on like a sidewalk. I'm crying a little bit, because my sister, she sent me money. That's why I'm crying. I'm hungry, and I'm broke, and I need a job, and I requested $10, and I was like, I want food today. I want food. I've applied for retail, a lot of retail operations, warehouse, customer service, front of house, beauty advisor. I've applied for a lot of fast food places, greeter, server, busser. It gets to a point where it's like, okay guys, it's almost been a year now and I still don't have a job.
So the economic crisis is getting so bad that people in America are literally choosing to be homeless. Check this out.
Homeless living here in my car because I can't afford $1,800 for rent. That is the average price for a one-bedroom apartment in America today is $1,800. So I live here in my car full-time, and I actually just left California because I couldn't find opportunities. Gas was going up and things were just getting harder and harder there.
The answer is yes. I do live in a tent full-time. I've lived in a tent for like over a year now, me and my family have, but we're on our journey of building tiny homes, so hopefully by winter I will be out of a tent.
In a grocery store parking lot. I eat off the pan because less dishes.
Somewhere.
Day 37 of living in our car. We've been living in our car for 37 days. It's been very hard.
I shared yesterday that I've moved into my Subaru because I refuse to sign another lease and give tens of thousands of dollars to millionaire property management companies that I hate. Fuck capitalism. So here are some answers to questions that you guys had about how I'm doing this. Question was, where do I shower? I know a lot of people get gym memberships. I haven't done that yet because I haven't needed to do that. I'm in a little bit of a special situation where my family lives pretty close by where I'm at. They're like 40 minutes away and they live on a boat now. And so I have access to like the marina showers. I just need their key fob.
Okay, boom. I've been living in my car since May 13th. About 2 months and some change. Let's talk about it. So I bought this car knowing that I was probably going to have to make a tough decision. I do freelance work and video, and a lot of the money will come in late as any freelance.
Hi guys, so across America, families are packing up and sleeping in their cars. Rent is sky high, food prices are insane, and paycheck can't keep up. The dream is dying right before our eyes. Parents, children, even working people are now homeless because survival has become luxury. America, what's happening? I'm Tiana and this is Tiana's Reacts. Well, let's dive in and see people's reactions to this. But before we do, please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving.
I am homeless living here in my car, even though I work often 50 to 60 hours every single week by doing food deliveries and grocery deliveries. I walk dogs and I pick up other gig work. It just isn't enough to afford rent, which is now $1,800 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. And this is for most of America, and some states are even higher than that. So this is where I live. This is my little home. And lately I have really been trying to focus on my health. And I've been buying these little salads here at Costco. I found them for a 4-pack for about $15. They come out to being a little less than $4 a salad, and they are delicious. Chicken, they come with everything. All of the ingredients are included. The chicken, the greens, the dressing, super good. I really like them. I think they're a good value. The deliveries have been really slow the past few weeks. I think people are just kind of broke with back to school and end of summer. You know, people spend a lot of money taking summer vacations, but I'm still being persistent, going out every day and trying my best. And today was a little bit better. The orders have been coming in. I'm hoping this weekend will be better. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night.
We are living in a retirement nightmare right now with so many people facing homelessness. You know, when I grew up, seeing your parents, and then for me, working decades, you think retirement is a time of peace and quiet. You're rewarded for all your hard work. And for so many, it has become a complete nightmare. It's not like that anymore, unfortunately. There are so many people right now that are one rent, one medical bill, and one bad month of being homeless out on the streets. That's very sad, but that unfortunately is the reality that we are living in right now. I grew up believing that after working really hard for years and everything would be fine. You know, you're putting into your 401k. You know, if you're fortunate enough to have a 401k, I worked for only one company that had a 401k, so I really didn't have a whole lot in a 401k. I was fortunate enough to have a pension, not a large one by any means, but I just saved for my retirement. That's what I had to do. So that's what we're thinking, that everything was great. You know, a lot of people get that when you retire, people are taking all these beautiful vacations and they're walking through the sand on a beach with their margaritas. For the most part, most people aren't doing that. Most people wish they could do that, but most people are not doing that. And so many people right now are having a hard time with the housing costs, the groceries, the insurance. We're being taxed to death. So you're going to see people that are not always going to tell you how bad they're struggling. I get it. They're proud. I get that. They're embarrassed as to where they're at in life. They're going to feel like they failed. They didn't do enough to prepare themselves. I didn't always do enough to prepare myself. But you're going to find people sleeping in cars. You're going to find people staying with other family members or going from place to place. Can you imagine being in your 60s and 70s and you're not sure if you're going to have a home to go home to next month? I can't imagine that. I am very blessed that I have a home, and maybe I bought at the right time. I don't know, but it's affordable. I feel thankful that I'm where I'm at, but I feel so bad for some of these people that are one rent away from losing everything. I get that. But I've never been in their shoes. But I don't want people to blame themselves because it's not your fault. The system isn't built to protect us in today's world. It's just not.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
What's your name?
My name's Katie. They
What
call me
is it?
KD. They call me KD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
29.
29?
Yeah.
Are you homeless?
Yeah, I am.
How long have you been homeless for?
I've been off and on since I was 16 years old.
Since you were 16?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I had a kind of like a mom that had like mental issues, you know, and then just avoiding it, I was getting beat. So I just tried to avoid it, so little by little. Then I'd come back, then I'd leave for a month, then I'd come back, and then it just.
And that was because of what?
Because my mom, like, she'd be abusive to us, you know, and then I was tired of it.
Kind of ran away.
Yeah,
And stuff
in a sense, I had a job at the time though, you know, so it was kind of. I thought it was grown.
You a little bit.
No, I lost it right away the first week.
Oh, you did the first week?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to manage.
So did you have to go back home after that?
Yeah, but then for like 2 weeks, and after that, it just began off from there because I went to prison, and then I got out and I was homeless. So it's just been from there.
Oh wow, what'd you go to prison for?
For violation of probation, but.
So, 16 years old.
I'm 29 now. Yeah.
Yeah, off and on. Yeah. So, well, how was your childhood growing up?
It wasn't all that great. I went through the system as well. 2 years in the system, and then 1 year with my grandma. But it was abusive as well. My mom was a very abusive person. You know, domestic violence between my parents, and then after that, it was just straight to us.
Yeah, so you didn't really have a good.
Yeah, not
childhood.
really. No. And in school, I had to have A's. If not, I'd get my ass beat. You know, excuse my language, but yeah. So it was just kind of rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, no emotional attachment. I was always detached and stuff. You know. Yeah.
So what's the hardest part about being homeless for you?
I think it's mostly the humiliation, kind of, in a sense, sometimes, because like I try to look as much as I possibly can good, you know, but there's days where I don't feel like it, and I don't, and then like I'm tired and I haven't slept for days and days, and I don't sleep till I can't no more. Yeah. You know, so it's like when people looking at you sideways, or like you go in the store, the first thing they look at is they're watching you, and it's just the humiliation part, you know, or like, and honestly the self-esteem part, where like you know that you can do better and you try to do better, but it's just I don't know where to go.
How do you survive? How do you make money to take care of yourself?
I honestly, I really honestly don't even know. I wouldn't know. Like, there's a lot of people that, hey, are you hungry? Here's $10, here's $20, you know, let's go out to eat or whatever. Or clothes. Like, I have friends that give me duffel bags full of brand new clothes sometimes, things like that. Or I don't really like to steal from stores. I don't at all. That's not really my thing, you know. I used to before, but no. People I ask people for something and they give it to me most of the time. But or if I come across something I could sell, I'll sell it. You know, anything I can sell it, I'll sell it.
That works for you?
Yeah, I don't do prostitution though.
I'm sort of. What's that?
I don't do prostitution.
You don't do prostitution. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. You're making it without having to do that.
Right.
And it looks like you're doing well too, because you look like you take really good care of yourself.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah.
Which is really good.
It's not that hard to keep up to with your hygiene. It's really not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How do you keep up with your hygiene?
I was just talking about it with my friends earlier. Some of my partners, homeless partners too. It's not that hard to find a hose, even at a friend's house. You know, like a little private area. You know, like I could wet this clothes. I'll scrub under my clothes. You know, worst case scenario. But there's been times, most of the times, friends are like, hey, come take a shower if you want to. Come eat if you want to. You know, and I don't like to overstay my welcome either. You know.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Where do you live, or where do you sleep?
I sleep. I don't really sleep till I can't no more. You know, but usually it's one of my friends' house. I have a friend that I trust him. And I feel very comfortable there. It's me, him, and then another one of our mutual friends. My homegirls, they're cool people. He's always has my back and stuff. Like the very small things I have, he has them there. But I don't like to overstay my welcome, you know. So there's always that person that I can, like, I have nothing to do. Maybe stay there for an hour or so. But that's mostly, yeah.
So that's kind of where you're staying at right now.
Yeah, in a sense, but not really, not really, because he does like, okay, what are you here for? Okay, sometimes he does the little attitude. What are you here for? Okay, go, bye. You know.
Yeah.
You know. Stuff like that.
Have you had to sleep outside at
all?
Oh
yeah, many times. There's been times where I found myself on the sidewalk, you know.
On the sidewalk?
Yeah, or like in the field, in the tent, you know, things like that. Yeah, for most part, like I said, I don't sleep till I can't stay up no more, you know, and that's when I fall asleep, like in sidewalks or areas like that where I know someone is comfortable, I'm comfortable around, and wash my back and pass out, whatever.
What is that like?
It's kind of frustrating and it's embarrassing in a sense, you know?
Embarrassing?
Yeah, because there's been points in time where I've had it all. Like I had a car off the lot, I had a job, I had it all, but, you know, but little by little, it just went downhill, you know? And then I got shot back in 2022. So it's kind of like, it's embarrassing, you know, to know that there's people around here that have seen me at my best and
and then see you
Yeah,
sleeping
like,
outside
and
or
it
something.
kind of sucks, you know, like.
Wow.
Yeah, it is
I bet
embarrassing.
that is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It makes me want to cry right now, but
Yeah.
I'm trying. No, I was trying to get into a program, but it's just like, oh, we don't do detox for so and so substance, or you know.
Yeah. So what are some of the experiences like you've experienced being homeless? What are some of the situations like?
The most important one that sticks out the mostly is sexually harassed. Honestly, even walking down the street sometimes it's very frustrating because then there's guys that go around circle over and over and over. I'm like, dude, I'm not sitting here to look good for you, dude. I sit here to look good for myself, or at least feel better about my situation. However, like there's some times where I've woken up to being fondled on or touched on, you know, like and unfortunately, a good thing I woke up on time. You know, but my pants were rolled up, my socks and shoes were off, my pants were unbuckled, he was rubbing on my legs, and you know, it's just, what the hell's going on? He didn't know I woke up and I just punched him or whatever, you know, whatever transpired after. But that's the most important thing that I really worry about, that I'm, you know.
So when working hard can't afford a roof and families are left begging to survive, it isn't just an economy problem, it's a heart problem. Wake up, because this is just the beginning. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please do well to like, share, and of course subscribe to keep the channel moving. Till next time.